reaches a crescendo here tonight as EA Sports so proud to welcome you to the marquee event of the NFL calendar, Super Bowl Sunday. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Cleveland Browns taking on the champions from the NFC, the Atlanta Falcons.
Younghoe Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Set to go, Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors. And off we go here on Sunday Night Primetime. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. Yellow, 43. Set, cut.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And space tough to come by there as they'll give maybe a yard to the 37.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 8.
Here we go. 33, yellow, set.
On the ground, this is Quinshon Judkins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
First down, right back to Judkins. It's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it's 2nd down. I think you would agree, just a good decision right there. Goes for the safe play, gets some yardage out of it.
And showed some toughness as well. As you noted, he stayed right in there. Saw the rush was coming, hung in there, took the hit, dumped it out to the outside, and now they pick up some yardage, and you have a back that's grateful to you and will continue to make plays.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Now back to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Chase McLaughlin for the Browns field goal. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. 3 points, probably not going to win this Super Bowl, but at least you get something on the opening drive.
And it's certainly not going to lose it. So the bottom line is, come away with the points now, come back and get greedy later, and try and put it in the end zone.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
Their own 23-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And you know, I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now, but maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to, and he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed, and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team the best chance to win.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
His second catch in the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football. But how about his use of the legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Greg. And the Browns are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
10 seconds.
Take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here we go, set. Red, 38. Cut.
An inside run with Judkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 59 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. From Falcon territory now, here's first and 10 at the 48-yard line.
95. Smith, red. Set.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. The clock running here, under a minute to go now in the first quarter of a 3-0 game. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 4 yards there on the carry, gets it back to second and 11.
4 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 11.
Come on, set. Ready.
They'll look to throw here. Setting up a screen for Judkins. Takes this to the 45. Not much space after that broken tackle. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down. The biggest game, the biggest stage, Super Bowl 63, 1 quarter in the books. 3-0 is our score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. Looking to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. the handoff. This is Judkins. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for 1st.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Set, go, set.
They'll look to throw. That quick throw there is incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Ready.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down.
White. Check, huh?
They'll set up to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They trailed 3-0 after the INT last time led to a field goal, but now another fresh start here, 1st and 10. So the completion good for 7 there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. Robinson up the middle.
On the spin. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Randy, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 42. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10.
And looking to throw, Penix.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now a 2nd and 10. Back to the ground with Robinson.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense because, to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
He's got his man, London, right side.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
But don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
Touchdown, Falcons!
Michael Penix,
33 yards. And the Falcons take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead.
following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Ready?
2nd and 9 now. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he is caught. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
38. Ready. Ready.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd
Watch out
and
now.
11
Down.
at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This one is complete to Jenkins. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It was a solid check down there with pressure coming, wasn't it?
It was, because you're trying to go through your progression, and when you have that type of pressure in your face, it changes what you're doing and how fast you have to do your reads, and able to come back and find him in open space. That's a really nice play.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. 2nd and 10.
Right. 90 seconds. Ready. Ready. 10.
They'll look to throw again. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Now he'll tuck this and run. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And his kick is indeed good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the 2nd half.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this 1st half of action.
At the 33-yard line.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Here's Penix. side here, and it's complete. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line.
Ready up.
The Browns drive about to get started. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
Set.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off for Cleveland.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. Looking to put a drive together. They'll get it to Robinson to begin the drive. Sheds off the tackle. Through the middle of the field. He's on his way. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Falcons will extend their third-quarter lead here in the Super Bowl. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now
picked up by A.J. Terrell. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, I want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Now Penix. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up second down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Now a 2nd and 6. Play fake. Now Penix. Now he's going to step up and run. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
18 caution,
Robinson will try to pick it up. Fighting off the defender. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, they gave themselves options there on the third down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Shout out to the I holding down the set. Here we go.
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Looking to throw, Penix. Throw left side complete. That's Robinson. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
19 Tiger. Dragon 60.
Operating from the gun, Penix. And that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
To the air, Penix. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. Fourth down. And we'll see Younghoe Koo now for the Falcons. Koo knocks this one through the post. And that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing the coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Browns drive about to get started. They'll start on the ground with Jenkins. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
I think they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
Ready.
He'll look to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, he'll drop to throw. This short pass into the hands of the Joker. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Come on. Yellow. Ready.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
First down, Cleveland.
Ready.
They'll drop to throw. Got his man, Dell. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Take Dell, 31 yards. And the Browns get a bit closer. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes it 24-13. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. 123 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 3. They'll throw with Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts. And Pitts is going to pick up a Falcons 1st down as he's up to the 44-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
To about the 48-yard line.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
2nd and 5. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Robinson gets the toss on the right side. Down at the 25.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5. A first carry for Tyler Algier. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Penix. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Youngway 2 for the Falcons field goal.
Cooley knocks this one through the post. And that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Time to get down to the nitty-gritty, the 4th quarter here of Super Bowl 63.
Set, hunt. 10 seconds. tackle. 60 reps.
On first down, here's Jenkins. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down, fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 14.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Browns have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A one-score game, fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. And this is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
And down he'll go at the 25. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
18 Cardinal.
Penix working out of the gun here. Into the hands of London. And he's going to have a Falcons first down. He needed 5. He got it barely as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. There he goes, right side. He may go. Touchdown, Falcons. Bijan Robinson, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Falcons are starting to pull away in the fourth quarter of this Super Bowl. Drew able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
First and 10. At their own 35-yard line.
Ready.
The Browns drive about to get started. And we're at the time in the Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Ready up. Trouble 38. Here we go. Black Ultra. Yellow, 43. Ready?
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. He'll drop to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10.
Black, 95. Ready.
Back to throw here. They'll swing this out to Jenkins. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. Here's a 2nd and 5.
Brings up 7 and 5.
They'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the 1st. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
Let's go now.
Now it's the backup Watson. And his throw here is incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Here's 2nd and 10. To the air yet again, Watson. Now he'll top this and run. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. James Pierce able to get in there and drop him behind the line. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? Checks it down to Jenkins. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down.
It's now 4th down.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they have been the better of the two sides to this point with a 2-score lead, 4th quarter of this Super Bowl, and the Lombardi Trophy within reach as they start this drive 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 230 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Here we go. Rdfl leading.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. That one looks like he'll throw here. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
And looking to throw, Penix. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. So that a double whammy. Not only do you have to give away the football, but the 2 points mean this is now a 2-score game.
And 2 doesn't seem like much, does it? But it means everything in this situation because now they're going to have to look back, and ultimately that might be the play that ends up deciding this game.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Let's go. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee. And it's over. The Lombardi Trophy belongs to the Falcons. Yes, the Atlanta Falcons are the Super Bowl champions. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know.
If you didn't know, better than us.